What's up guys, I'm Laura from Reading in Bed, and today I'm going to do two tags. I'm going to do the Booktube Newbies tag and the Booktube Newbies 2.0 tag, so no preamble, this could be long as it is. Start with the original Booktube Newbie tag. Question number one is, why did you start this channel? So I guess to stay relevant, I've been blogging for about 7 years, and I think I uploaded my first video here 4 years ago. Don't look for it. But I've always been sporadic. I haven't been a regular uploader of videos, but you know, even I can see that book blogs are becoming less relevant. Booktube is becoming more relevant. So I'm just kind of going where the conversation is. And but this channel is still more of an augment to my blog. My blog is sort of my home base, and that I don't know if or when that will change. So question number two is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I kind of struggled with this one, and I don't, like, this is the same answer I would give for my blog, I suppose. But I think I can bring just a reader's perspective, by which I mean I'm not a librarian, I'm not an aspiring or actual novelist, I'm not an English student, I'm not an English teacher, I'm not a bookseller, I'm not a publisher. Not that there's anything wrong with any of those things. However, what I sometimes notice is lacking in like traditional bookish media, as well as booktubes and book blogs and booktube, is just like straight unadulterated reader's perspective. There's often, you know, just other angles to it, which again is fine. But that is something I can bring. I'm a reader, period. I mean, I do some writing too, but anyways. And secondly, I think I can bring some snarkiness. There's tons of great snarky book bloggers and booktubers, but certainly not the norm. So happy to contribute to that if I can. Question number three, what are you most excited for about this new channel? What are you most excited for about this new channel? So readers wrote these questions, right? Like, it's just bad grammar. I would be excited to do more events and like maybe do a buddy read on Booktube. I'm pretty well versed in book blogging type events. I'm doing a War and Peace read along as we speak, but I haven't really gotten into the whole world of Booktube events, which is a little murkier. I made a video about that a while ago. Question number four, why do you love reading? Okay, well, I tried to answer this honestly after just, you know, looking puzzled for a minute. I love that I can do it anywhere. I love that it can be anything I want it to be, meaning, you know, you can pick up a book about anything, and even with an individual book, you can go into it just, you know, reading very lightly for the plot, or you can do a real deep dive and analyze the shit out of it, and yeah, so it's, you know, there's just kind of that quality that you can make it what you want it to be. And there's so much about reading that is a mystery. Like, it's not a thing that's easy to define, which is why this question is hard to answer. And maybe I'll just leave it at that. Question number five, what book or series got you into reading? Again, I give the puzzled look. But I guess the first series of books I can remember really getting into is Redwall, so I'll go with that. Question number six, what questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? First of all, I would never say booktuber because I hate that term, it sounds gross. But I guess if I had a chance to chat or ask questions with some of my favorite booktubers, I would ask for a really detailed look at their technical setup, just because I have no clue what I'm doing. And I know people have made videos about that, but it's never enough for me. They're like, oh, you know, I have this kind of camera. I'm like, but yeah, how did you pick that camera? And how, literally, how do you hook it up to everything? Like, I don't know anything. Okay. Question number seven, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be hardest to overcome? Okay. So technical, like I just mentioned, you know, I mean, it's only a challenge if I make it a challenge. There's lots of lo-fi booktube channels. I'm one of them. I don't edit, I don't do anything. But, you know, I think at some point it does become a bit of a challenge. Certain people just won't tune in if it's not, you know, kind of a slick looking video. And the other challenge is time. Question 8, when did you start reading? Question 9, where do you read? Everywhere? And question 10, what kind of books do you like to read? Again, that's kind of a hard one to answer. I do read a bit of everything. I don't like everything. I tend to like contemporary literary fiction and classics, as much as that makes me sound like a book snob, whatever, that's what I like. Okay, so that's the end of the Booktube Newbie tag. I'm no longer a newbie, I've done the tag. So let's move on to the Booktube Newbie 2.0 tag. This one has 10 questions, so 11 questions. All right. Question number 1, what genres would you like to see talked about more on Booktube? Like many people who answered this, I don't really care because I don't have time to watch everything I want to watch on Booktube as it is. It's not like I'm lacking for choice. However, I'll just say I would love to see and continue to see more adults talking about books for adults. Question number 2, what do you feel is the best way to make friends on Booktube? Look, I'm sure we've all read that article that's going around that says that no one really makes true, deep friendships after age 30 anyway, so like I'm screwed, it doesn't matter. Question 3, what do you enjoy the most about making Booktube videos? Getting the idea and writing it out in my notebook, by far, because of the things I already mentioned. Once I get into actually filming, it's a technical nightmare. You know, I never have time to do it, all that stuff. So, you know, I have my notebook where, you know, I write out all my notes. I don't fully script, but I definitely write notes and you'll see me glancing down at them. That's my favorite part. Question 4, what do you least look forward to when making Booktube videos? Putting on a full face of makeup. And yes, I know I don't have to. Question number 5, what videos other than tags, TBRs, wrap-ups, reviews, and recommendations would you want to see more of? Rants and drama. I'll admit it. If a video has the word rant in it, I'll click on it. Number 6, what are some themes you want to see more or less of in books? I don't know. I don't really care. But I will mention my friend CJ posted a link on Twitter the other day about how there's a lack of menopausal and postmenopausal women portrayed in fiction. And, you know, women's lives and journeys in fictions are often framed around fertility, coming of age and marriage and motherhood. And then it just sort of like drops off. And how some of the most interesting characters who don't get a lot of screen time, so to speak, are those characters who are, you know, like 45, 50 plus. So like that's not really a theme, but it was an interesting article that made me think about some of the characters in the books I'm reading, including War and Peace, who, you know, they're there. They're often just like foils for other people, but it's like, wouldn't you like to hear more from them? I would. Question 7, what are some of your Booktube goals? For my children to not be embarrassed about my channel, which I think they're coming around. To participate in a buddy read, just so I can figure out what exactly that means. And to have an even bigger year for the short story advent calendar. For the past 2 years running, I've done a video every day in December centered around the short story advent calendar. I'll link it. I'd love to have more people participate. Like, it's been pretty good, but you know, it could be even bigger and better, and I love the conversations I have there. Question number 8, what advice would you give to a booktuber that just started their channel? Don't use the word booktuber. Question number 9, what are some qualities or traits that you look for when it comes to watching other booktubers? The voice is so important. I can't take loud, shouty, manic people. I can't. I really can't stand up talk, and you know, I can't say that I don't watch people who do up talk because then I just wouldn't watch any videos. But Booktube seems to have its own brand of up talk where you don't only go up at the end of the sentence, but you also start talking slower when you get to the end of the sentence and draw out your words at the end of the sentence. Oh my God. You don't talk like that in real life, so don't do it here. At least I hope you don't. What else? Shorter videos, usually. There's certain people who I will definitely watch whatever like the video they choose to upload. When I'm looking at a new channel, I will often just kind of quickly scan the last, 5 or 10 videos. And if I see, okay, honestly, if I see Harry Potter anywhere in there, it's unlikely that I'm going to follow. Not like it's not a blanket rule, but I just, you know. And I'm much more likely to follow someone who appears to be over the age of 30, just because there's fewer of us and because they have life experience and reading experience that is probably going to make their channel more interesting. Question 10, what's a fun fact about you or a hobby besides reading or writing that people on BookTube might not know you have? Why not writing though? Why is that, like, what does writing have to do with BookTube necessarily? Obviously I have a blog, and I do write some freelance stuff once in a while, book reviews and other things. So like between that, uploading the occasional video and actual reading, like there's no time for other hobbies, unfortunately. As for a fun fact, God, I don't know. I have really large babies. I have 2 kids and their combined birth weight was just under 23 pounds. So you can do the math on that. And finally, which booktubers do you tag? Oh, booktubers. Everyone's done this already. So like if you haven't done these tags, go do them. And okay, we're over 10 minutes, so I'm going to end it here. Thanks a lot for watching.